All right, guys, welcome back into another episode of To The Show Baseball Podcast presented by ProspectsLive.com. I am joined today by a member of the San Diego Padres organization that is off to an absolutely great start. I got Conner Westenburg on today. He was named the California League Player of the Week last week for Low-A, and his numbers speak for themselves. We do dive into it a little bit in the episode and kind of talked about it's the very beginning of his pro career after being a undrafted free agent out of the draft last year. So we do talk about all that. But before I shoot to the interview, if you're watching me on YouTube right now, listening on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever it is that you get your episodes, please like and subscribe on the YouTube channel. It's still a new channel. I'm trying to make a push right now for 600 subscribers. We're getting there. So I do appreciate anybody that can help me out there. But without further ado, let me shoot you on to the interview with Conner Westenburg. All right, Conner, you are fresh off being named a Player of the Week there for the California League down in Low-A, and that is exactly where I want to begin this interview. Obviously, you have had a outstanding start to the year, just to say at least. But well, how are you feeling?
Oh, just going up there, competing every pitch, trying to do a job. So there's multiple ABs I had last week where I didn't have to get a hit to do the job. I just had to either get a guy over or get him in, hit a fly ball, and just trying to execute that, and it ended up turning out in my favor. Ball ended up falling, dropping, stuff like that. But just pretty much staying relaxed, trusting the work I've put in. It was a long off season for me, probably the longest break I've ever had. So going into Arizona for spring training, obviously wasn't not ready to go, but I just hadn't seen a live arm in forever. So using those ABs to really ramp up and then get comfortable in the box and then putting in extra work there coming into the season.
I know you just mentioned obviously trying to stay sharp in live ABs once you get down to Arizona and everything, but you had some time off, and from the time you finished at McNeese until those live ABs, that was, like you said, it's probably one of the longest breaks you've ever had in your life. How do you stay sharp? How are you mentally ready whenever you get to live ABs down in Arizona and be like, oh, I gotta face a live pitcher again? How does one do that?
Yeah, I mean it's definitely hard. One of the harder things to do. After the draft process, we had the draft camp. You have your workouts or your what we did when we got to the complex in Arizona after the draft. So we played in 10 or so games for the Bridge League, and then after that it was I had September all the way until early March where I was pretty much on my own. So I would go, obviously still work out, do all that stuff, and have a trainer, but I would go up to my high school and practice with those guys. Luckily, me and my high school coach are pretty tight, so he'd let me come up there and I'd practice with those guys. And for a bunch of 16, 17-year-olds, some of the cooler kids out there, they still text me, shoot me some stuff. So yeah, dude, that's pretty much how I stayed ready. Is I'd get hit with my pops, and some days I'd hit well, and he'd be like, "Hey, good way to swing it," and then I'd hit bad, and he'd be like, "You're awful. You need to get it right." And then so you go hit with my pops, and then practice with the high school kids. But other than that, it was pretty much just get after it and hope I'm ready.
When did you I know a lot of guys, that go through the full season, they kind of tell me they start getting the itch to get back on the field, maybe around right after Christmas time, like New Year's, when the dead period ends. When did you get the itch? Because obviously with that long break, when were you I'm officially ready to be back on that field?
Yeah, so I think I got home on September the 11th or 12th or 10th, one of those days. And I think after 4 days, I had it, which is crazy.
Quick.
But I was sitting there, I was like, man, what am I supposed to do? I've never had off time, let alone months of off time. And I don't know, most people I would say love playing the game of baseball. I love playing the game of baseball. If I could, I mean, not if I could, if I had to, I would pay to go out there and play like in these games. I really love it. Like last year, I thought it was gonna be my last year playing baseball, and I just decided to have fun with every game and take it like game by game and just enjoy it. And then since then, it's carried over, and I've really just like I love the game of baseball. You don't get to experience things like this. Like it's a blast. So I had the itch pretty soon, and then obviously it's you got September, October, November, December, January, February, and then the beginning of March when we started back up for officially like with the Padres. But uh, me and my pops would go hunting, and I'd be like, "Well, we can go hunt for 4 days. We gotta hit before we go, and we gotta hit as soon as we get back." You're like, "Dude, it's not gonna kill you. You need to have at least a month off of like no baseball." And I was like, "All right." Like I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I did it, and then started back up. Started going to practice with the high school kids pretty much as soon as I got back. Practiced with them all fall and then early spring. So I had it pretty early.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I figured with that much time off, normally when your season ends at around like September-ish, you might start getting the itch in December, January, but we'll see, I guess, when we go into 2027. But
Yeah, because it's a little different when like I had June and July off, and then like so like I had the spring of McNeese, and then those 2 months off. Most people don't like, especially pro guys. You don't have those 2 months. So like, I think it might be a little different this year. We'll see, but
yeah, I hope so for your sake. I know you might start going crazy over there if you start getting the itch right after you get back home. But you said something very unique earlier that I did want to ask about, and you said that you had no idea if last year was your last season of playing, just baseball alone, and you end up signing as an undrafted free agent. Are you is that a chip on the shoulder for a guy like yourself? Like, do you use that to kind of motivate you, or like how do you see that, in your situation?
I mean, it's a chip on the shoulder, but it's not at the same time. Like, I got an opportunity to play professional baseball, and I'm obviously super grateful for that. But at the same time, it's like obviously you wish you were drafted. Sounds cool. It's got a cool feeling. You see your name up there. I remember during the draft process, my grandma was sitting there with my family, and she was sitting right beside me, and she was like, "Oh, 12th round, oh, 13th round, oh, 14th round." She was like, "Connor, when are you gonna get picked?" And I was like, "I don't know." So like that was a fun little process, and then like I mean, it's a UDFA, like a contract to contract, right? Like once you're here, it's all the same baseball, right? Like doesn't matter who got picked where or who got paid what. Obviously, it has a little bit of impact, but at the end of the day, you get an opportunity. You have to do the best with what you can.
Yeah, you kind of just hit the nail on the head there. Where I've been in a few AAA clubhouses over the last few years, and it's a combination of guys that undrafted guys, first round guys, 10th round guys. I mean, anything, and development is definitely never linear. So no two paths are kind of the same down there, which I like that you have that mindset. In terms of your starting to your pro career, I'm going to read you off some of your stats from last week, which I'm sure you're obviously aware of it.
I don't even. I've been trying to stay away from them.
Okay, so should I not read them to you?
Nah, I saw a few. I saw because there was a post. I saw like 6 something and
6'11" average, 11 hits, 6 RBIs, 1445 OPS. That's like MLB The Show numbers like that you have when you're trying to play a conquest or something. But is that the best week you've had? I think even dating back to McNeese and before, like, is that one of the best single weeks you've had in your career?
I mean, I would have to say it's up there. I don't remember all my stats like ever. Some people call me an airhead, but I don't know. Like I try to stay away from that stuff because like
Okay.
it's stats just a stat. Like I don't know. Like I know I had a good week at McNeese a few times. Like I know one week I had at McNeese this past year. I think I went 0 for 3 or 0 for 4 at Houston, and then I was 0 for 3 to start the weekend at UIW, and then I don't think I got out the rest of the weekend. And like 10 ABs, like it was a pretty cool little streak. But I couldn't tell you all of the numbers. I'm sure I could look them up and go find something, but I have no clue.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's interesting because some guys are like yourself where they're like, hey, I don't want to see like, especially for pitchers. Pitchers are a little weird these days. They're like, I don't want to see like any of those numbers because it'll drive me crazy. So I guess like for yourself, if you're not looking at, any of the numbers, the back of the baseball card numbers, how do you define success? Like going into a series, like how are you defining success for yourself?
Yeah, I mean that's obviously like pretty tricky, right? Because you have the success that everyone sees, like the numbers and stuff like that. Like, and obviously you feel that. Like if you have a bunch of hits in a week, you're like, oh shit, like I had a lot of hits in a week. I feel really good. And then there's also like the other success, like, hey, like, am I doing like stuff right? Like, am I playing hard? Which I like to say, like, I don't ever take a play off. Like, I'm going as hard as I can, no matter what. So like, that's a big thing for me. As long as I'm playing hard and like having fun, like I'd say I'm having a good week. Like if I can play hard and I can have fun, I'll be all right. Obviously, success is a big part of having fun, right? Like if you're 0 for 12 with 10 punchies, it's not going to be as much fun. But
Yeah.
like just doing the little stuff right, I'd say is like if you're showing up late, like not trusting your process, not doing stuff right, like it's going to be hard to put yourself in a position to have success. So like I would really just say going out there and playing hard and then digging in and competing. And then there's obviously the aspect of literal success. Like, are you producing for the team? Like there's ABs I had a AB last week that I was happy with. I think it was a ground out to like second base, but we had a runner on third. So it was like just getting the job done, like, yeah, I got the RBI, didn't help the batting average, but like did the job done for the team. So there's
Yeah.
multiple aspects of it. I would say it's like one of those Venn diagrams.
Okay, yeah, I'm kind of following, and in something that I think kind of goes hand in hand with it as well. And obviously, I just read off your hitting stats for the week, and but I did see when you were at McNeese, like you were kind of known for being like a defensive wizard a little bit in the outfield. And but I want to hear it from yourself, like maybe for like the fans that aren't too familiar with you, maybe they didn't watch a lot of McNeese baseball over the last few years, and how would you describe yourself as a player? Like what do you bring to the table every day?
So I'd bring a competitive edge. Like obviously I'm gonna go out there and bust it, compete every pitch. I'm a fast guy and I'm gonna go out there and burn, try to take every base possible, cause chaos on the bases, and I'm gonna use that speed defensively to run down some balls so I can swing it. I'm gonna go out there and give a good AB, and then, well, I mean, at McNeese, like my first 2 years, I didn't play at all. I just used the pinch runner and defensive replacement like late in the game if they had to use me out there. So like my first 2 years, I didn't do much at all, to be honest with you. And then junior year, we had a guy get hurt. I got an opportunity, had a good couple weeks, and then I stayed in there the rest of the season. And then senior year was going in the same thing. The goal was to win a Gold Glove, and then I ended up doing that just by. Well, we had a good system there. Like we had positioning cards that helped me like put myself in a good position. Our coaches and GAs would do a really good job of like putting in the work because like I don't have access to like synergy or stuff like that when I was there. So they would go in there and make positioning cards just to put us in the best like position to go make a play. And then once the ball is in the air, there's nothing they can do to help you, right? It's just going down there and running it down.
I'm going to read one last stat to you for this, and I'm sure you're probably aware of this, but you do have 7 stolen bases over 10 games right now. And I'm not a math guy. I went to school for journalism, but if I did the math correctly, you're on pace right now for like 1 million stolen bases this year. So is that something that is like on your mind? Like every time you get on the base, like are you looking to go? Like what does that look like for your running game?
Yeah, every time I get on base, like there's obviously opportunities that are good and bad. Like if you're down by 6, probably not going to steal a base. If you're up by 12, you're definitely not going to steal a base. But
Yeah.
like there's opportunities. Our coaches like give us green light, red light, pretty much. Let me know when I can take it, when I can't. And if I get the green light, like I'm looking every pitch to go. Like I might not go on the first pitch, I might not go on the second, but like I'm gonna at least give it an opportunity to try to go out there and take a bag, put myself in a better position to score. I think that's a big deal, especially like it's not like crazy. You're like, oh, I just stole a base, but then when you think about it, like instead of having to hit a double to score them from first, single, or if there's no outs, like you take second base, you can get bunted over to third, and then sack fly, pass ball. Like there's a million different ways to score. So like anytime you can take an extra base, take it, right?
Yeah. You got me hooked now. I'm going to be watching out for that stolen base. I don't know where you are in terms of a single A, but I'm going to be tracking that throughout the year on the road to the million. So
Yeah, I have no
definitely.
clue. I'm sure we have Weidman might have more than me. That dude's been taking bases left, right, and center.
He has. Yeah. There's a few down there. There's even a couple I think there's a couple in the California League alone that are swiping quite a few. So
He might even. I wouldn't be surprised if he had like 15 bags right now. The first 2 games,
okay.
I think he had like 6.
Sheesh. All right. I'm gonna have to look that one up after this.
I could
But
be
all right.
wrong, but at least that's what it felt like.
You got to keep pace with this man. So
Yeah.
we'll be looking out for that. All right. I do want to ask as well, because I have a little bit of a connection. We were talking off air with McNeese, and obviously that's a place that means a lot to you. And I feel like that's where you kind of were made and how you got to where you are now. And I want to ask, what was it like playing there? And, you come from a state that has, quite a few schools and good baseball schools in Texas. And I guess, how did you land on McNeese, and what was it like playing there?
So I landed on McNeese during the COVID era. So like graduated in 21. Big junior year was big for recruitment, and you couldn't do much because everything was shut down. So we'd go play, and then it's pretty much just putting video out there, hoping someone would see it. And had a few good weeks. Got in like I think I had a video of me like a 3-8 down the line or something like that. Like I was burning to first base, and then Coach Zaleski saw that. He's at UIW now. He's the head coach there, but he was the hitting coach at McNeese, and he saw that video. I was talking to a few other schools. It's like, hey, like these other schools are talking about good opportunities. Like there's not. Like I have no clue what's going on right now. It's COVID. Like there could be guys coming back for their 7th year or whatever because COVID is nonsense. So
Oh yeah.
there's that. He was like, hey, just give me till Monday. I'll see what I can do for you. I said, all right, I'll hold off till Monday, and then gave me a good opportunity. So I chose McNeese because good program, I'd say. And then went there, and I loved it there. My first 2 years didn't play much at all. Didn't say like I got a ton of opportunity, and when I did, I didn't produce. So like you're not going to get more opportunity if you don't produce. I understand that. And then I got the chance my junior year, had a pretty good start. We had a new hitting coach. I'd say he helped me a good bit, Miles Durham. And then from there, I just played every game and enjoyed it. And then going into the senior year, just said, hey, it's my last year playing baseball probably ever. Like, I'm just going to have as much fun as possible. I don't care what happens. Like, I'm either going to have a really good year or I'm going to have a bad year. Like, I'm going to have fun doing it. So then I think that helped me a lot just because, like, when you want to succeed so bad, you're just going to put more pressure on yourself. And, like, I do that. That's one of my biggest downfalls. You want to win. You want to go out there and get a hit every AB. So, like, when I'm thinking about that, and that's why I try to stay away from the stats because, like, the stats, they're who you are, right? But it's like, if you're out there looking at the stats, like, oh, like, I'm hitting 280 right now. I need to get another hit, and I'll be at 290, and then I'm 2 hits away from 300. Like, you start thinking about that, I think it just puts you in a hole, and you start pressing. And I'm terrible at that because I just want to go out there and succeed. I want to be successful. I want to win. And when I start doing stuff like that, it's hard to play good when you're putting more pressure on yourself than you need.
Yeah, I feel like you would drive yourself crazy. I feel like if I was in your shoes, I would drive myself crazy with that. Like, hey, just 2 more hits, I'm here and all that. But you can't really think about that too much.
Yeah, I remember texting my brother last year. I said, "Hey, I'm only 17 home runs in a row away from being in contention for the Golden Spikes."
Yeah,
And I didn't hit 17 in a row, so I didn't win them. But
yeah, I think you have the right mindset. Otherwise, you drive yourself absolutely crazy. So I respect that. And all right, I have 2 random questions left here before I let you slide. My first one is it's a little off the field here, but when you aren't like training, you're not at the field. Maybe it's the Monday off day, maybe it's just an off day in general from training. What do you do in your free time?
I don't know. I just hang out, I guess. So, like, I was back home for the couple months. We did a lot of hunting. We went and
Okay.
shot some quail and some pheasant. Actually, got some prairie chicken too, which those were a fun hunt. They're pretty birds.
Okay.
So me and my pops did that a lot. We got 2 pups, and then I just bought one for my parents. Well, I guess it's their dog. It's a family dog, but I bought it because I was like, dude, I want a pup. But then I headed out like 2 weeks later, so they're taking care of it, raising her. But hang out with the dogs, hang out with my family, play Clash Royale. Big on that. I don't know, pretty much anything. Like, there's not a lot of off time, and then when there was, like, I was still finding a way to get baseball involved with it, just because I don't know what I would do without it. It's kind of been my whole life for so many years.
So if I got this right, you're not golfing on off days or anything? You're not a golf guy?
No, I wish I was, but I'm terrible at golf,
Okay.
and
He's just one of us.
I'm probably one of the worst golfers you'll ever see. I went to what's it called, Top Golf, and
Yeah.
I think furthest drive might have been like 20 yards. And I said, I'm not picking up another golf club probably ever, because I'm not going to sit here and get outdrove by 6-year-old ladies. Like, that's going to drive me insane.
Okay. I feel you. That's fine. That is fair. Are you just baseball swinging it? What are you doing?
Yeah, I think the baseball swing is definitely killing me with the golf, because like, I was slicing it like crazy for the 20 yards it was going. It was not going straight. So
yep.
I'm sure all I need is a good coach or a good teammate to help me out, but I just can't force myself to go out there and not be good at it.
Yeah, it's not fun. You're not having fun at that point. You're just like, you're more mad than you are having fun. And it's like, what is this? So I feel you. That's okay.
We kept up with the Masters, though.
Good tournament.
I would say Golden Tee is about the most golf you'll get out of me. Maybe a little Wii.
Okay. I don't hate that. I respect it. I mean, sometimes I talk to a lot of hitters. The pitchers are always on the course. They're doing that on the Monday off day. That's their thing. But the hitters are sometimes it's hit or miss. It's like, yeah, I love it. Don't like it. But I can respect it.
Yeah, the hitters that are good are usually the ones that golf. The good golfers is what I mean by that. Like,
yeah,
I've never met another hitter that's been terrible at golf and said, "Hey, I want to go golf."
Okay, that's fair. All right, I'll let that one slide. You're not a pitcher, so I know that it's a pitcher thing too. So we'll let that one slide. All right, I got one question left for you here. And I think it's kind of an important one. I lived down in Texas for a little bit in my lifetime, so I appreciated a lot about the state of Texas. And with you being all the way out on the West Coast now, I got to know, like, what are 1 or 2 things that you miss the most about Texas? And you can't say your family and friends, so it's like anything else.
Oh, I mean, I wasn't going to say family and friends to start it off. I was going to say the gas prices.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah, that's a good one.
Spent $152 filling up the other day.
Wow. And yeah.
That was after looking up cheap gas near me. So
it's rough out there for that one. Okay.
Yeah, that one got me. But the weather out here is beautiful. It's like, man, it's not that bad. And then the gas is what got me. That one,
Okay.
I don't know if I could stomach that one. It hurt the soul when I looked up there after filling up and it said 152. I used to fill up back home. I think it was this spring I filled up back home for like 50 something bucks. And I was like, oh,
Sheesh.
sweet.
Wow.
And then I look up there, it says 152. It's a tough pill to swallow.
That is
Uh,
hard.
that's a big one. And you said no family and friends. So that takes out the dogs and family.
Yeah. You got an easy one you're missing right now.
What am I missing here? Is it barbecue? The food?
I thought you were going
And
to say Whataburger, to be honest.
and Whataburger, In-N-Out, it's pretty much the same thing. It's good eats. Like
All right. I'm with you.
there's give and take.
Yeah.
Like Whataburger's solid, but like I didn't ever eat there a ton anyways. Just because
Okay. That's
when
hot
I was
take for
back
a
home,
Texas man.
I mean I eat there when I was with my family, but when I was in school I didn't have any money, so it was always
Yeah, that's fair.
eating cheap.
Okay.
going to McDonald's and Wendy's for the 4x4 and
There it is.
dollar cheeseburgers.
Okay, so maybe it is the barbecue then that I was looking for. The Houston barbecue. That
Some
changes.
tortas. They got the taco trucks back home.
Yeah.
Those are good. I'm sure they have those out here. I just haven't seen any.
I was gonna say
Crazy.
that's probably out in your neck of the woods right now as well.
Yeah, I haven't had a Mexican joint out here that's been like crazy good. But
Okay.
back home they got some good Mex. It's Tex-Mex, so it might be a little different.
Yeah.
But like I guess that's a big one too. And I could say the heat, but I don't really miss that right now.
Yeah. Don't miss the humidity down in Houston.
No, this weather is beautiful. It's if I were to check it right now, it's yeah, sunny and 60 degrees right now. I'm not
Love
trading
that.
that for rainy and 70 or humid and 80 or 90.
Okay. I don't blame you, but I will say this, and I said it off air that obviously I have a little connection with Grant Anderson. He gave me the best barbecue place in the state of Texas that I had ever been to in the Dallas area. And I think Texas barbecue changed my life forever. And I don't live there anymore. So I'm a little like, I kind of miss it every day. That would be my answer 10 out of 10 times is Hutchins barbecue down in Frisco, Texas. That would be 10 out of 10 times.
Have you ever been to Cooper's?
No, I have not. And I have a list going, so I can add it whenever I'm next
Yeah,
time down
that's
there.
a big Central Texas thing.
Okay.
I couldn't even tell you where it's at off the top of my head. But that's some good barbecue. I'm pretty sure, like, not positive here, but everyone I know always claims that is the best. I've had it a handful of times,
Okay.
but I don't even know where it's at, if I'm being honest with you.
I was always told to go to Terry Black's like a tourist and do all that, but I'm like, it's really good. It's just very touristy. So I was happy when Grant gave me Hutchins there in Frisco because that was number one in my heart forever.
They have some good barbecue joints in Texas. They don't do it the same, which Louisiana has good barbecue too, but it's different.
Okay. I've never been to Louisiana.
I don't know. They always had some post game food for us there. That's probably the best thing about McNeese. You know, you're gonna eat some good post game food.
Okay.
If Grant talked to you about the Cowboy Club at all?
He did not. So that's something I need to ask him about.
That is definitely you get some jambalaya post game, something like that.
Okay.
It was good eats after the games for sure.
It's on the bucket list to get out there. I will get out there one of these days. Obviously, I got to go, explore Baton Rouge and I guess home of the Canes down there, the original Canes. I got to get to that. So
you eat Canes too much, you're never gonna eat it again.
Well, I'm not there yet. So not in the Northeast. So I got to get it when I'm down south. All right, Conner, I appreciate all the time. Obviously, wishing you best of luck going forward here as we're just now getting started in the 2026 season. But thank you so much for hopping on and doing this.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Like, I'm sorry if I overreact a little bit, but just got going. So.